In a previous video, we talked about liquidity grab. So, what are liquidity grab? We look it into as an opportunity of purchasing a market, a very high market with a very low price without affecting the price of the market. But the point is not just that, it is that they use that opportunity to kick people's stop loss out of the market in the name of liquidity. So retail traders are most time falling into this particular trap. Before I proceed, I want to say something very important. Your stop loss is someone's take profit. Someone's take profit is your stop loss. I want you to have that understanding in this particular industry that you're coming in. If you're ever going to become profitable, you need to always have that understanding in mind. Today, we're going to talk about liquidity void. Liquidity void. What are liquidity void? What is that particular thing? When you hear liquidity void, what is it? Okay, now a liquidity void is actually a gap in the market during an impulsive move. The market wants to go in an impulsive move, and as a result of that, the market move with very fast, leaving a gap in the market. The market moves very fast, leaving a gap in the market. It is the gap that is known as a void. For example, you can easily find this gap sometimes at the beginning of a week. That is to say, during last week, as last week ended probably on Friday, now on Monday, you now come, you see gap in the market. Have you ever seen such a thing before? You see gap between candles. There was like nothing happening in that place. Now that is known as a void. That is known as a liquidity void. Now it is important that we know this part, because liquidity void does not just exist in the markets for fun. There is a reason. There's a purpose for a liquidity void in the market. So you need to have that understanding, and I would like you to also see. Now, respecting the fact that the liquidity void in the market has great impact, the SMC or the ICT concept, and the smart money concept use it as an advantage to enter the market, because 9 out of 10 the market always pull back to that point. So when the market pulls to that point, it becomes a good entry point. Or when the market is about coming there, you that is inexperienced, you'll be putting your stop loss there, thinking that the price will not break, not knowing that the price will break there your stop loss and keep going to the liquidity void. That is why it is very, very important for you to understand what are liquidity void. Try to have an eye in the market to see a liquidity void, so that you can actually identify them and know how to run away from a liquidity void. So let me show you what a liquidity void is. When I talk about liquidity void, what do I mean? This is it. So now on January 19, 2026, on gold XAU USD, there was a liquidity void that happened. So I'm going to take you down there. January 19, there was a liquidity void in the market. All right, I think I'm close by. So now, did you notice this space that happens here? This space that happens here at this point, I would like to draw a line to you. See, look at this particular place. Can you observe a space there? Look at this space. Let me keep a line between so you can see. Did you see this place? Now that's not a fair value gap. A fair value gap is already a fair value gap is a difference between three candles. They did not interlock. That's a fair value gap. But this one, they don't even relate. One candle and the other one does not even touch. They have a big gap. Did you see that? What happened in the future? Let me show you something. Take a closer look at this. When price go up like this to a certain point, it reverse and test this zone and go back again. That's not just the only one. I'll still show you another one so you can see it for yourself. Look at this particular place. You're going to see a liquidity void. Did you notice a liquidity void in this particular place? Now what the price does, this is exactly what price did. Price first of all move up as if it wants to go. This is the price that actually wanted to go up on. But knowing that there's a gap in this place, the price have to come back and fill this space to this level after filling the before it went up. So that's liquidity void. Now, these are things you need to have an eye in the market and see it in the market, because if you cannot see this, you might think, okay, this price is going to go up, and you put your stop loss here. Put your stop loss here and buy with hope it's going to go up, while the thing want to come and cover this gap, and you did not were not able to see this gap, so you now hit in your stop loss. Similar thing happens under here. So you must be able to see what is happening, so that when the price is coming, you know why the price is moving. This particular movement that this price is moving right now, where is it heading to? What is its purpose of heading toward that place? Why is it going toward that particular place? Why is this price going toward that place? Is there a fair value gap? Just like what you can see here, price pull to this point. Why? Because there's a fair value gap at this particular area. This particular area carries a fair value gap. Did you see there was a fair value gap here? Yes. So this price has to come down and fill there before it will continue. If you cannot see that, you'll be putting your stop loss here, and this will now sweep your stop loss, sweep your liquidity out of the market. Why? Because you cannot see. So that is why you are expected to have an eye in the market. One way of having eye in the market is being able to analyze the market and see what the trend is doing, see what the market is doing. By the time you're able to see what the market is doing, you know when to trade and when not to trade. Because not trading is also a trade on its own, because you save your money. I hope you got value from this particular video. If you like, I'll advise you to like, share, comment. If you want to learn more things like this, then I advise you subscribing to this channel, because I've dedicated this channel to see as much as I can teach you what I know. I do not claim to know it all, but what I know, which I believe is actually good to help you. See you in the next video.